Were you aware that your cardiovascular system begins obstructing before you experience any single indication? When most individuals recognize elevated blood pressure, exhaustion, or breathing difficulties, their blood vessels are already constricted by approximately 70%. That's why blocked arteries are termed the quiet assassin. They can cause cardiac arrests and cerebrovascular accidents without advance notice. However, here's the positive information: you can resist, beginning immediately. Research has uncovered 5 potent nutrients that function like nature's personal arterial purifiers, assisting in dissolving deposits, enhancing blood flow and maintaining your cardiovascular system functioning powerfully. Therefore, remain here because your cardiac wellness relies on it. During aging, our blood vessels naturally become rigid and gather deposits, creating difficulty for blood circulation. This places additional pressure on the cardiovascular system, resulting in elevated blood pressure, chest discomfort, and even life-threatening obstructions. However, here's the essential point: what you consume has a significant influence in preventing this condition. Currently, we're disclosing 5 nutrients supported by research that can purify your arteries, decrease cholesterol levels, and shield your cardiovascular system from illness. Let's begin with number 5, since this particular one could already exist in your cooking area. Nutrient number 5, garlic, the natural arterial purifier. Garlic represents more than a culinary component; it constitutes natural medication. It has been utilized for generations to address cardiac conditions, and contemporary studies verify that it represents among the most effective nutrients for maintaining arterial cleanliness. The essential element in garlic, allicin, serves a crucial function in cardiac wellness. It operates by decreasing LDL cholesterol, the harmful cholesterol that blocks arteries, preventing calcium accumulations from hardening arterial surfaces, diminishing blood pressure and reducing blood thickness to prevent hazardous clots. A comprehensive analysis of 39 clinical experiments discovered that garlic can decrease total cholesterol by 17 mg per deciliter and LDL by 9 mg per deciliter, comparable to certain statin treatments. Journal of Nutrition, 2016. Another investigation in the Journal of Nutrition determined that aged garlic concentrate reduced arterial deposits by 80% in individuals with current cardiac illness. Furthermore, a 2019 investigation in Experimental and Therapeutic Medicine reported that garlic supplementation decreased systolic blood pressure by 8 mmHg, a decrease similar to certain blood pressure treatments. To optimize its advantages, garlic performs best when eaten fresh, as crushing it and allowing it to rest for 10 minutes assists in activating allicin. Aged garlic concentrate AGE represents also an outstanding choice, as investigations have demonstrated it can reverse arterial deposits. Preparing garlic decreases allicin somewhat, but continues to maintain numerous cardiac protective advantages. Nutrient number 4, walnuts, the cholesterol inhibitor. Walnuts represent among the finest nuts for cardiac wellness. They contain abundant omega-3 fatty acids, antioxidants, and fiber, all contributing to reducing arterial deposits and maintaining blood vessels supple. The beneficial fats in walnuts decrease LDL cholesterol while elevating HDL beneficial cholesterol, diminish inflammation within arteries and enhance blood vessel flexibility, assisting arteries to remain supple and clear from blockages. A 2021 investigation in Circulation determined that consuming 1/2 cup of walnuts daily for 2 years decreased LDL cholesterol by 4.3 mg per deciliter and reduced cardiac illness risk by 15%. Similarly, an investigation in the Journal of Nutrition determined that individuals who consumed walnuts possessed 55% more supple arteries than those who abstained. The Predimed experiment, among the most extensive nutrition investigations, determined that individuals who consumed nuts consistently had a 30% decreased risk of cardiac arrests and cerebrovascular accidents. For optimal outcomes, consuming a handful, 28 grams, of fresh walnuts daily delivers maximum advantages. Including them in oatmeal, yogurt or salads enhances their cholesterol-decreasing effects. It remains crucial to avoid salted or sweetened walnuts, as additional sugar and salt can neutralize their cardiac advantages. Nutrient number 3, pomegranate, the arterial detoxifier. Pomegranates contain abundant potent antioxidants, creating them among the finest fruits for arterial wellness. They operate by preventing cholesterol from adhering to arterial surfaces, elevating nitric oxide, NO, concentrations to relax blood vessels, and diminishing LDL oxidation, preventing cholesterol from transforming into adhesive deposits. A 2004 investigation in clinical nutrition determined that consuming 8 ounces of pomegranate juice daily for 1 year decreased arterial deposits by 30%. Another 2017 investigation in pharmacological research discovered that pomegranate concentrate elevated blood circulation by 17% in individuals with cardiac illness. Moreover, a 2019 comprehensive analysis determined that pomegranate juice decreased systolic blood pressure by 4.96 mm of mercury, significantly diminishing cardiac illness risk. To obtain the advantages, it performs best to consume 100% pure pomegranate juice without additional sugar, consume fresh pomegranate seeds or blend them into smoothies for an additional cardiac beneficial enhancement. Nutrient number 2, avocados, the cardiac beneficial fat. Avocados represent among the finest sources of cardiac protective monounsaturated fats, which assist in decreasing harmful cholesterol, preventing arterial inflammation and maintaining blood vessels supple. These creamy fruits also contain abundant potassium, a mineral that assists in decreasing blood pressure, and fiber, which binds to cholesterol and eliminates it from the organism. A 2015 investigation in the Journal of the American Heart Association determined that consuming 1 avocado daily decreased LDL cholesterol by 13.5 mg per deciliter. Another 2022 investigation in the identical journal determined that consuming 2 servings of avocado weekly decreased cardiac illness risk by 21%. The potassium content in avocados also serves an essential function in decreasing blood pressure naturally. Including avocados into the diet remains simple. They can be consumed on whole grain bread, included in salads or blended into smoothies. Since they contain beneficial fats, they deliver sustained energy while promoting cardiac wellness. Nutrient number 1, beets, the blood circulation enhancer. Beets represent a potent cardiac protective nutrient due to their elevated nitrate content, which assists in dilating blood vessels, decreasing blood pressure and enhancing oxygen circulation throughout the organism. This natural nitrate enhancement elevates nitric oxide, NO, concentrations, which relaxes and widens arteries, diminishing the pressure on the cardiovascular system and preventing deposit accumulation. A 2018 investigation in the Journal of Applied Physiology determined that consuming 1 cup of beet juice elevated nitric oxide concentrations by 21%, resulting in improved circulation. Another 2015 investigation in hypertension discovered that consuming 8 ounces of beet juice daily decreased systolic blood pressure by 8 mmHg. A 2017 investigation also verified that beets assisted in diminishing arterial rigidity and enhanced oxygen delivery to the cardiovascular system, creating them an essential nutrient for cardiac wellness. The optimal method to consume beets involves consuming fresh beet juice, roasting or steaming them for salads or blending them into smoothies. Since they remain naturally sweet, they contribute delicious flavor while significantly enhancing circulation and cardiac function. Caution: who should exercise care? While these nutrients offer potent advantages for cardiac wellness, certain individuals should consume them with caution. Garlic, for instance, remains known for its blood-thinning characteristics and cholesterol-decreasing effects. However, individuals taking blood thinners like warfarin or those susceptible to acid reflux may experience negative effects such as stomach irritation or excessive bleeding. It performs best to consult a physician before elevating garlic consumption significantly. Walnuts represent an outstanding source of omega-3 fatty acids and cardiac beneficial fats, but individuals with tree nut allergies should avoid them completely. Allergic responses can become severe, so those at risk should select alternative cardiac-friendly nutrients like flax seeds or chia seeds. Pomegranate juice represents a potent antioxidant-rich beverage that supports arterial wellness, but it may interfere with cholesterol-decreasing statins and blood pressure treatments. Certain investigations suggest that it can amplify the effects of these medications, potentially resulting in excessive blood pressure decreases or muscle discomfort. If you're taking statins or antihypertensive treatments, it remains essential to consult your physician before consuming substantial amounts of pomegranate juice. Avocados contain abundant monounsaturated fats and potassium, creating them among the finest nutrients for cardiac wellness. However, individuals with kidney illness should exercise caution, since avocados contain abundant potassium. Consuming excessive amounts can result in dangerously elevated potassium concentrations, which can cause complications for those with impaired kidney function. Moderation remains essential for those at risk. Beets represent another potent cardiac beneficial nutrient due to their elevated nitrate content, which assists in decreasing blood pressure. However, if you're already taking hypertension medication, beets may further diminish blood pressure, potentially causing dizziness or fainting. Those susceptible to decreased blood pressure should monitor their consumption and consult a healthcare provider if they experience adverse effects. While these nutrients remain incredibly advantageous for most individuals, those with pre-existing health conditions or medications should always verify with their physician before making significant dietary modifications. Your cardiac wellness remains largely in your control, and the nutrients you consume serve a significant function in maintaining your arteries clear and functioning optimally. By including garlic, walnuts, pomegranate, avocados and beets into your diet, you can naturally decrease cholesterol, diminish deposit accumulation, enhance circulation and support overall cardiovascular wellness. Minor dietary modifications can result in significant long-term advantages, whether it involves replacing processed snacks for a handful of walnuts, including garlic in your meals or consuming a glass of pomegranate juice. These simple practices can progress significantly in protecting your cardiovascular system. Therefore, which of these cardiac beneficial nutrients do you already consume? Inform me in the comments, and if you discovered this information valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video with someone who requires it. Your cardiovascular system will appreciate you.